Widow baby.
So kicking off our list at number 5 is Orcs Must Die. Now, Orcs Must Die 2. Now this is a game for about £12 on Steam, and basically you set up traps strategically in positions to try and defend against waves of orcs. There are different types of traps obviously, and you can even work in a co-op campaign, and there's even a nightmare mode where there's endless amounts of hordes. Well, no, that's called endless, but nightmare's a lot worse for them players who have completed it. So this is number 5 on our list. I would put it higher, but it's got kind of like a magical touch to it, so it's not, you know, that medieval, but you could say it's medieval because it's got archers, but it also has bombs. So yeah, that's basically Orcs Must Die 2. Moving on to the next one. And the number 4 spot, we have Besiege. Now Besiege is a relatively new contestant to the medieval strategic game thing. This is £4.99 on Steam, and you can also get it from the website. I got it on Steam because Steam's awesome. In this game you have multiple levels where you have to try and construct like a machine to do certain tasks. So the task may be to destroy a castle, or to kill a load of knights, butcher sheep, or even pick up things and place them in a specific spot. Now the reason I didn't put this higher is because it is still quite early on in the game. They're still adding a lot of stuff, but eventually in the future I might do another list and this will be up higher. Moving on to the next game. Rome Total War is one of my favourite Total Wars. It has fast-paced action and a lot of replayability in the campaign. If you're looking for a cheap game, you should get this on Steam for only about £6.99. I'm sorry I didn't get more gameplay, guys, so I don't really have much time to explain, but there is another Total War on this list, nudge nudge, so I'll explain Total War in more detail later. Now the honourable mentions. The first honourable mention is War of the Roses. This was going to be on the list, but it got topped by a different kind of game, similar style though. And the other one is Stronghold Kingdoms. I was going to put this on the list, but it's just a bit too old and a bit too unpopulated. So yeah, let's go on to number, I don't know, I think it's 2. Peace. Getting into the good games now. Here we have Mountain Blade Warband. Now, this game it's kind of like a Total War, but you're the soldier. You actually get to fight, and most of the time, if you're playing with bots, you will carry your team. There is also a multiplayer mode and a campaign mode where you go through cities trying to get followers, and then you can either join an army or rampage against another town and lay siege. You can also go into first person in this game, as you can see here. This is a very, very cool game. I highly recommend you pick this up. If you don't get Mountain Blade 1, get like Warband or Fire of the Sword. More people are online that way. You can also get many mods like I can't even bother listing them, but there's like gunpowder mods. You can get Roman soldiers and stuff, and the community is generally quite nice to new players. So yeah, go and pick this game up like right now. Moving on to the number 1 spot. Medieval 2 Total War. Oh, where do I start? This game is beautiful. You basically start the campaign off. You can choose any faction and plus you get Total War Kingdoms. If you got that, you can be Britannia. You can be Crusades, Americans, Mexican, Spanish. It's just amazing. What you do is you build up an army placing strategic forts on different parts of the map, trying to take over the world. Now this is just the map part. Total War Medieval 2 is basically like 2 games in one. You have the 3D map, where you manage your diplomacy and training troops, fortified towns, and building stuff in towns as well. Manage your tax rate, make sure your people are happy. But then there's the real-time strategy part, which you're watching right now. This is where you fight. You take basically your army and pit it against other armies in either pitch battles, siege assaults, siege defense battles. Now here, as you can see, you can get gunpowder in this. This is in the late periods. There are different periods of time that you can choose, and depending on which period you choose, there'll be different troops. Like early period, there might be just catapults and ballistas. Late period, you'll start to see some trebuchets. High period, you'll start seeing loads of gunpowder and heavy infantry more often, and heavy cavalry. This game, in my opinion, gets 10 out of 10. The multiplayer is really unpopulated at the moment, which is quite sad considering it's my favourite game. But hopefully, if we get more people on, it'll be even better. This has been all. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care, everybody.
I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more where I'm becoming. This is all I want to do, is be more like me and be less like you. Can you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control? 'Cause everything that you thought I would be is falling apart right in front of you. Caught me undertow, just caught me undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to